Hello, besties. Now, this is a comprehensive step-by-step guide on how to get the charity work visa in the UK. As long as you are out of the UK, be it in Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, wherever you are. But this is an exceptional visa for those that are presently in the UK. If you're in the UK, this is not for you. But if you are out of the UK and you're looking forward to come to the UK with your dependent, then this visa you must go for. If you have always wanted to come and work in the UK, please, this is an opportunity you shouldn't miss. When it comes to the work visa, we have the charity worker visa, the religious worker visa, the creative worker visa type. The creative worker visa allows you to bring your dependent to the United Kingdom. Religious work visa allows you to bring your dependent to the UK with your kid. It's the charity work visa. The same thing you bring. Into this video, I will be a lot of opportunities on the charity worker visa because this is the time. If you want to really come to the UK, please exploit this particular time because these charity organizations are actively recruiting. They are really recruiting. Please use this charity worker visa. You will do unpaid jobs. It's a voluntary work visa. Please don't be discouraged by the fact that you will do unpaid jobs. NHS can be employing people to do voluntary jobs. Then why will you tell me want to travel to the UK to do voluntary jobs? If you know that is the only means for you to exploit a particular pathway which is going to lead to a success to you, because not everything comes that easy. An overview of the charity worker visa eligibility, if you are eligible for it, documents you must have, that's the necessary documents you need for this charity worker. You get to know if your partner is eligible for it, if your kids are eligible for it, and you get to know if you can extend this visa, or after that, are you going back to your country? Charity worker visa replaces the Type 5 temporal worker visa. Come to the UK to do unpaid jobs for charity organizations that are licensed to give you a certificate of sponsorship. You need it to get the charity worker visa. Like your requirements, please, you need a UK standard CV to apply for this job. You need a CV and a cover letter, because that CV, that cover letter will speak for you. These employers have never met you before. For you to get that COS, booked an interview, you need to give them your CV. I'm going to show you where you can get all the charity licensed sponsors. You might reach out to them via their website and leave them an email telling them you want to work for them. You know how you're going to address this, but if you want a one-on-one support, reach out to me then. You need to send your CV to these licensed charity organizations, which I'm going to show in my video ahead. Now, when you're applying to this charity organization, which are sponsored, because not all charity organizations are sponsored, are licensed to sponsor. So you must use just the licensed sponsored charity organizations for you to have the certificate of sponsorship. So now, when you reach out to them, of course, you need to send your CV to them. Trust me, it's between 1 to 2 days, though. If your CV stands out well, they're gonna book you an interview. This particular pathway is really booming now. So many people don't know about it. And if you're coming across my video and you have the opportunity to be aware about this particular charity work visa, then what is holding you back? Because in everything we are saying there, you must have your CV with you, because that CV will get you into this country. Now, on this temporal worker license sponsors, this is the register updated. That's on this site, you will get all the charity organizations that are licensed to sponsor you, because not all charity organizations in the UK can give you the certificate of sponsorship. So on this list, please bear with me, I'm trying to edit it, and we all have the system we have. So if you can narrow yourself along with your own laptop, you'll be able to edit it the way I've done mine. So on this list, they post all charity organizations here that are licensed to give you the certificate of sponsorship. So meanwhile, in the video ahead, you're gonna get I'm gonna post like a video of how to also get charity, where to get a charity job, like where they post all charity jobs that are actively recruiting. Here, there are names of the charity organizations that are licensed to sponsor you. So you can still, like now you can see, I have actually edited it. Now you can have all the charity organizations. You can see that there are so many of them. You can even be going through and even looking at the location. So in case you don't want to go to London, you can be in Birmingham, Manchester. You have so many locations. Now you can just pick out one of these charity organizations that you deem fit okay with. You go to the charity job site where they post only charity jobs are having vacancies, that they are recruiting. You go and input your name there and search the name there. If you see any of their names there, okay, yes, this particular charity organization is licensed to give me the certificate of sponsorship I am looking for. Then you can apply for the job on their site. Yes, please, there are so many of them. And this is the time, because like I said in my video, they are actively recruiting. So do well to go through this list of charity workers. Always go for the A rating, because other than the A rating, they will not be able to give you the certificate of sponsorship. You must go through only the A rating charity sponsors. Yes, do well because these people, they actually, this program is always launched every year. So now is the time. It started like there's an organization that will be recruiting this November. Yes, if you stay tuned to my YouTube channel, please, you're gonna get that information. And please do well to give me a thumbs up if you have watched this video up to now. Do well to comment your worry. Do well to share this video. Post just charity jobs. I will show you this as well. In this particular one, where you go on that particular site, you're gonna see it divided into two. One side is paid, the other side is unpaid. Mind you, please apply for the jobs which are voluntary, not the paid one, because when you go to that site, you're gonna see paid and you're gonna see voluntary. Okay, right now, like I said, yeah, they post just charity jobs. Like all job vacancies, volunteer job vacancies are being posted on this job site. Now when you get to this job site, like I explained in my video, please apply to just the voluntary. You see paid and voluntary and volunteer. Please do well to apply just to the volunteer. Only the volunteer will give you a certificate of sponsorship. If you should narrow yourself and go and apply to the paid ones, they will not give you certificate of sponsorship. And now on this website, we have there are some that are volunteer, and you're gonna see expenses paid, expenses not paid. That depends. If you see expenses paid under a volunteer job, it means maybe there is a package that's gonna come alongside the job. But if you see expenses not paid, it means that nothing is gonna be assisted, from my own understanding. And now, if you apply for remote jobs, because remote jobs are being posted here as well. So if you go and apply for the remote jobs, meaning that you can work from Africa, anywhere in Africa, be it even if you're in the UK, you can still apply for remote jobs if you choose. Now this is HUK. HUK do sponsor. I really remember well, I came across them via the sponsor list. HUK do sponsor. Now if you're somebody that wants to do day center volunteer, you can actually apply for this job, because at least they have expenses paid. Now, like I said, if you want to know what you're aiming for, maybe sales, healthcare, do well to get into the search button, write ever role you think you deem fit you can do best, search for them, look for what roles are being job adverts are being displayed for them, and apply. Please do well to do that now. As you can see, most of them are already closing up. I don't know what you're waiting for. I already said this is the period. Most of them will stop recruiting highest by January. Trust me, most of them will stop recruiting. So if you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do well to give me a thumbs up, comment your worries, and always stay tuned to my videos, because I'll always try to come and give you guys the updates that you all require. So please do well to go to this side and apply for these charity jobs, because they are actively recruiting right now. Once you get your certificate of sponsorship from your employer, you need to do the TB test. IT is not a requirement. That's the good thing about this visa. Went through the skilled worker visa and I wrote the IT 3 times before I could have it. It's really challenging getting the IT. Don't think you know too much English, but trust me, getting the IT is not really easy. So this charity worker visa, anybody coming through this pathway, you are lucky to, it's not a requirement. So if you get your certificate of sponsorship and you go get your TB test, you need to pay your healthcare research fee. That's why your certificate of sponsorship will determine every other thing through the government website, how much you have to pay for the healthcare research fee. You are eligible to bring your dependent through this charity worker visa. You are eligible to stay back, and not that certificate of sponsorship. That's why I always advise you, when you get to the UK, within the 1 year your company gave you, gain more skills, because you will need it when the 1 year you had with your current employer has elapsed. So do your best to be looking for a paid job after that, because you are eligible. And I always advise couples, because when you're coming with your husband or you're coming with your wife, and your wife is the person to do the charity jobs, at least your husband is entitled to do as many paid hours as he can. Any job he wants to do, he's entitled to any amount of hours he wants to do, meaning that he doesn't have any restriction. But the only person on any restriction is the person that came through that particular pathway that has restriction. You'll be doing just the 20 hours. The 20 hours are still unpaid jobs relating to what you came to the UK to do. To understand this charity worker visa before you advise couples to come through this pathway, because your husband is working. The way they regard those that do voluntary jobs here in the UK, they believe that if you can be doing unpaid job, they just see you to be so passionate and full. Don't look at this charity worker visa nothing but if you want to work in the NHS, you can still type, healthcare jobs. They are voluntary jobs there as well. If you want to come and work in the shop, you have it. This voluntary worker visa or charity worker visa is not linked only to care, but you can work in a shop, teacher, you can digital as in marketing, like and do sales, anything. It has a very wide range. Think that this charity worker visa is linked only to care. It's not all about care. So when I get my certificate of sponsorship and I get to do my TB and I have my healthcare research fee, my husband and my children, you have to show proof you're married to that particular person. You must show proof that child is your child. The first thing you have to do with the charity worker visa as a requirement in getting the visa sponsorship, the requirement you will need for this particular pathway, which is called the charity worker visa, your UK CV standards and your cover letter will link you up to your employer, and that employer will go through it, look at how passionate you are Make sure you have your experience, make sure you have good skills, make sure you have good qualifications. Link you up to the employer that is licensed to give you a certificate of sponsorship. And before that employer will give you that certificate of sponsorship, you need to attend an interview, which they're gonna book you for an interview. And after an interview, you're gonna have your certificate of sponsorship. You use that certificate of sponsorship now to arrange every other required documents, which is your TB test, your healthcare research fee, and your proof of marital status with your husband and your kids. You need to show proof of that. And the next thing, once you've gathered all those documents, you're gonna show a proof of fund. And when you're showing a proof of fund, please, if it's your wife applying for the charity worker visa, do it possible for your husband to show the proof of fund, not you. Don't use your bank statement to show that proof of fund. Let your wife and let your husband do that. Bringing out these documents, please be truthful. Let your documents speak for you. Let them in. There should be, please, you guys should avoid anything that will put you in trouble. Because worker visa, you can go to school. Now you want to know more about that. For those that will be like, I'm gonna look for an agent to do this for me. Be careful. Do you understand? I'm a victim of agents, and they will never tell you the truth. Be mindful of you. If you still want to use the agent, go ahead. When you fall, you're gonna stand. You might be standing when it's too late. Learn to walk on your own. I have experienced a lot through traveling out of the country, and I bet you don't want to go through what others are going through. So if you are opportune to come across my video, take it very serious. It's okay to look for someone that will guide you and support you throughout that step. It's okay to pay the person to teach you, but don't pay anybody to look for you a certificate of sponsorship. Do you understand? Don't do that. Because you will be the one to go in for that interview, not the person. And also, with a certificate of sponsorship, that's the charity worker visa, you are eligible to switch after that. You are eligible to do your pay jobs after that. Charity worker visa, they recruit every year. And October, November, December, January will not meet a lot of these organizations recruiting. And once you've gathered all your documents and applied for this visa, mind you have just 3 months to leave wherever you are and relocate to the UK. Do you see that it's not even difficult? Relocate to the UK with your family and kids, just like that. Most of them give accommodation. Most of them give you a bus pass. There is a lot they give, but they will not tell you. Yes, they will not tell you. So please, you guys should know what you want. Learn to be active. Learn to work on your own. Please do well to apply for these jobs. I can't wait to see all of you people. And my main goal and main aim on this YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you find my page, my main goal is to make you work. My main aim is to make you work. As long as you want to go out of the country, be determined. You need to sacrifice. While being determined and sacrificing, you learn a lot that you will never depart from. Testimony about it. Always stay tuned on my life. Stay tuned on this page. I'm coming back to back. Anybody looking for sponsorship, you want to travel to the UK or US, or you want to do any remote jobs, like where you can do remote jobs, please, this page, you are here to stay. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.